He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. What a spin. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay 1st.
Let's go, come on.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Cousins, and his throw is going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that People are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Yellow, yellow. Ready, in there. Yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow. The hard. 180. Lucky 50. Black, black. Liz, 50. Liz, 50.
Second down, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run it with Jones. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Lucky 50.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he'll go deep down the middle. He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Gun. Rhino.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Flush to that. He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Terrell Suggs able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now. as he's on to punt for Minnesota. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Rodgers now on 1st down. The left side completion to Jones. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Now Rodgers. And his pass incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Rodgers to throw once more. And that is incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the 1st down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Cousins now on 2nd down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to face a 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
Yellow, 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 yellow. Two.
To throw, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
First down, here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. First down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays and offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, Rodgers. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He's got Adams on the hookup. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Working from the gun, Rodgers dancing to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So we have reached halftime. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Rhino!
Off the play fake, Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Terrell Suggs in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. On play action, it's Rodgers. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Rodgers now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
That's fine. Yeah. Zoom. 319. 319.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
319.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it. But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Quaker Omaha.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme. Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Rhino! Go ahead.
Throwing, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Here's Jones. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Zoom. 318.
On play action. Now Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
Zoom. 319. 319.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Three down. Lucky 50.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Three down. Lucky 50. Kill. Turn up.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
300.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
26. Inside.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Muscles him off. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. The give is to Jones, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
319.
Rodgers to throw on second down. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Point after try forthcoming. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Again, it's Williams. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw is Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. pitch out to Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Wide. Listen to me.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On play action, Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 16.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
They go play action. Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one.
26. 319.
Again, it's Jones. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4.
319. Zoom.
Here's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is taken around the 12. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Vikings. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a run.
And now here is another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let
me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done. So for Green Bay, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.